like laptops, kotse. But usually that's not the case kasi nga mahal yung item. Ito na papasok ang interpolation.
Bigla kang sumakses eh.
In this video, we will answer this problem involving cash price equivalent. So, try to answer on your own muna and pause the video if you need more time. Sige, let's start. So, ano nga ba tong cash price equivalent? Ang ibig sabihin ng cash price equivalent ay ito yung presyo na ibabayad ng customer kung magbabayad siya ng cash. Usually kasi, for example, let's say mga high value items like laptops, kotse, meron tayong tinatawag na cash price equivalent. So, ito yung presyong ibibigay sa customer if magbabayad siya ng cash right then and there. But usually, that's not the case kasi nga mahal yung item. Usually, yung customer nagbabayad siya installments or at a later date. So, kapag ganun, usually mas mahal yung isang item. Okay? So, for example, ang isang laptop, mabibili mo lang siya for 45,000 pesos if cash ang gagamitin mo. Pero if in installments, tapos isusuma total mo lahat ng yun, magiging, let's say, 50,000. So again, cash price equivalent is yung price at which the customer should pay if gagamit siya ng cash at magbabayad siya right then and there. So sige, check natin tong problem na to, no? So, yung cash price equivalent ng inventory is 1 million. Pero, okay, since after 3 years pa siya magbabayad, naging 1,200,000 na siya. So sige, try natin i-answer yung mga following questions. First, what is the initial measurement ng note? Okay. So, 'di ba, ang receivables dapat ang initial measurement nila ay at fair value plus transaction costs. So, given ba? May given ba na fair value? Meron. Ito, yung cash price equivalent. So, meron bang binigay na transaction costs? Wala. So, in this case, dapat yung initial measurement ay 1 million. At cash price equivalent, which is yung fair value. Okay. Next, how much should the note be valued at December 31, 2027? Or at the end, okay? Or after 3 years? So as you can see, kailangan magbayad ng customer ng 1,200,000. So dapat yung note, it should be valued at 1,200,000. So, yung difference ng dalawa, ng cash price equivalent at ng note, it should be accounted for as an interest. Okay? Parang nangutang si customer sa entity. So, sige. Next, what is the effective interest rate? So, bago natin sagutin yan, i-visualize muna natin sa amortization table. Sa amortization table, dapat at January 1, 2025, okay, it should be 1 million kasi yun yung cash price equivalent. Pero at December 31, 2027, it should be 1,200,000. So ngayon, kailangan natin malaman ano yung interest rate ang gagamitin natin that would discount the note such that yung 1 million after 3 years magiging 1,200,000. So hanapin natin yung interest rate. So, sige, try natin yung trial and error approach. So, what if 6% yung gagamitin natin? So, if gagamitin natin yung 6%, okay, tapos, kukunin natin yung present value ng 1,200,000, okay, divide, okay, equal sign, so hindi pa siya magka-count, no, pag lalabas yung 1, okay, 1, 2, 3, okay, yan yung present value factor ng note. Now, i-multiply natin sa, okay, 1,200,000. So, that is equal to, ayun, so, sumobra. 1,007,543. Now, check naman natin. Try natin yung 7%. Okay, so that's 1.07. Okay, divide. Okay, 1, 2, 3 times 1,200,000. Ayan, kulang. So, anong gagawin natin? Okay? So, hindi siya 6% kasi sobra. Hindi rin siya 7% kasi kulang. So, dito na papasok ang interpolation. So, tandaan nyo lang na x minus 6%, okay, yung lower amount, tapos 7% minus 6%. So, ganyan lang siya kasimple, guys. Sige, sige. Ano yung x dito? Ito yung amount na gusto natin. Dapat sumakto siya na 1 million. Okay? So, that's 1 million minus, okay, ano ba yung lumabas na 6%? Yung lumabas na 6% is etong amount na to. Okay? Copy lang natin. Next, divided by 7 minus 6%. Or pwede din 6 minus 7%. It doesn't matter. Siguro ginawa lang to ng author na si Milan para mas madali nating maalala. 6 minus 7, x minus 6, 7 minus 6. Okay? So, it doesn't matter yung arrangement dun sa denominator. So, try natin. To minus ito. Okay. Next, ano nang gagawin natin? So, sige, minus na natin. 1 million minus 1,007,543. Mental math na lang natin. No? So, that's 7,543 divided by ito. So, that's 1,007,543 minus 979,557. So, that's 27,000. 986. Iyon. Next, i-divide na natin. So that's 5,743 divided by 27986. Ayan. So, ito na lang yung kulang natin. Okay? So, that's, kunin natin to, no? Kunin lang natin up to 4 decimals. I'll explain in a while. Okay. So, ito yung nagre-represent sa kulang. Okay, dun sa interest rate. Since ang 6% is masyadong mababa and yung 7% is masyadong mataas, so it's somewhere in between. So, idadagdag lang natin siya sa 6%. Okay? So, idagdag natin plus 6%. So, yung rate natin ay tumataginting na 6.0 6.2695%, or that is 0.062695. So again, always keep 6 decimal places, no? Bakit 6 decimals? Para kung mag-multiply man tayo ng millions, whole number pa rin siya. Okay? So sige, next requirement, prepare an amortization table. So again, reminder lang natin na ang rate natin ngayon is 6.2695%. Okay? So sige, try natin. Yung present value natin is 1 million. Okay? Sa problem, may collections pa dapat. Wala. Kasi at the end niya pa makokolekta. Pero at that time, 1,200,000 na. Okay? So sige, wala tayong collection. So, wala tayong collection. Next, how about ang interest income? So again, yung interest rate natin is 6.2695%. So, multiply natin. So, 1 million times 0.62695. Ayan, so that's 62,695. So again, since zero yung collections, yung amortization is the same lang sa interest income. Okay? So again, yung amortization, no, it's the difference, okay, or yung cumulative effect ng collections, yung net effect ng collections at interest income. Yung collections is binabawasan niya yung face value ng note, samantala yung interest income, tinataas niya. At ang tawag sa difference ng dalawa or ang net effect ng dalawa ay amortization. So magkano ang present value at December 31, 2025? So that's 1 million. Mental math na lang natin. 062,695. Okay. Paano naman sa December 31, 2026? Sige, try natin. So, 1,062,695 times 0.62695. So that is 66,620. So i-round up natin 626. Yun. Okay, copy paste lang natin. Next, kung i-add natin to, magkano na yung present value at December 31, 2026? So we have 1,062,695 plus 66,626. So that's 1,129,321. So next, try naman natin. Okay, times 1.062695. Ayan. So, again, nasobra lang siya ng 123 pesos, no? But that's immaterial. Okay, yung 123 pesos. So, ang gagawin natin, okay, yung difference na lang nilang dalawa. Again, paano natin na-compute yun, no? So, yung present value at December 31, 2026 is 1,129,321 times instead of 0.062695, gawin natin para diretso siya present value is 1.062695. 1.062695. Yun. Dapat makuha na natin yung present value at December 31, 2027. At yun, sumobra lang siya ng 23 pesos. That is deemed immaterial. So since sumobra siya, ang gawin na lang natin is kunin na lang natin yung difference ng dalawa. So that's 1,129,321 minus 1,000, 1,200,000. So ang interest income at amortization natin sa December 31, 2027 ay 70,679. So ganyan lang siya ka-easy, guys. Okay? So that's how you answer this activity. Now you try. So try to answer this problem by yourself and see you sa susunod na video.